I'm hungry. I need food.
Well, I can't bring you anything to eat. You'll have to wait.
If you weren't gonna feed me, why'd you even come down here?
Just to look at you.
A few days ago, I was dragged into a black van by a madman who claimed to be a magician. When I opened my eyes, I found myself locked in a basement. The masked madman threatened me not to run away, otherwise I would suffer the same fate as his previous victims. I was terrified and screamed for help, but the basement was soundproofed and no one could hear me. There was only a bed, a toilet, and a disconnected phone in the basement. I tried to escape through the ventilation window, but I was too short to reach it, so I tried to move the bed as a ladder, but found it had been nailed firmly to the ground. This left me in despair, but strangely the phone started ringing. How could a disconnected phone ring? With confusion, I hesitantly picked up the phone, but a scary voice startled me, and I hung up the phone immediately. Then the phone rang again. Could this be my only hope of escape? This time, I mustered the courage to answer again. The voice sounded familiar. I realized it was the boy who played baseball with me at school. He was also one of the victims. He wanted to help me escape this damn place and guided me to a loose tile in the corridor. Sure enough, I found soft soil beneath the tile. Perhaps I could try digging a tunnel to escape, so I kept digging with my bare hands, flushing the excavated soil down the toilet. By the time I was exhausted, the hole was about half a meter deep. I covered the hole with a blanket and believed that one day I would escape from here. But the next day, when I was ready to continue digging, the madman walked in. He left after placing the breakfast he had brought for me, but I noticed he hadn't locked the door. I couldn't believe it and felt this was an opportunity to escape. Just as I was about to open the door, the phone rang again. The caller seemed to know exactly what I was doing. This time, it was the voice of a stranger. He warned me not to escape, saying it was a trap set by the madman. He had been lured out and killed by the madman in the same way. I didn't believe him and slowly climbed the stairs. Sure enough, he wasn't lying. The madman was sitting outside the door, waiting to catch me. I was terrified and ran back immediately. I had to continue digging the tunnel, but I had to be constantly on guard against the madman's arrival. 3 days passed, and the madman still hadn't locked the door. He was sitting outside waiting for me to escape. At that moment, the phone rang again. It was the victim from last time. He told me the front door lock was an old bicycle lock, and he had carved the combination on the wall. The desire to escape made me unable to give up any opportunity, even if it was dangerous. The madman was dozing nearby. I tried to stay calm as I walked to the door and unlocked it, but unexpectedly, the sound of opening the door startled the dog, and the dog's barking immediately woke up the madman. Without thinking, I ran out the door, and he chased me relentlessly. When I tried to shout for help, he eventually caught me. At that moment, all my hopes were shattered once again. I was so close to escaping, so close.